Hey guys, thanks for joining us. We're just hanging out at our campsite here in Idaho and thought we'd do a product review of the Jackery 240 Explorer power station. It's a portable power station that they sell. They do a couple different sizes. There's the 160, the 240, the 500, and the 1000. We actually have two of the 240s here in our van, and we're going to go ahead and kind of talk about what we use it for, what we like about it, what we don't like about it, so that you guys can decide whether or not it'll work for you.
So, first thing we like about it, it's an inverter for us. So we don't currently have an inverter in the van, so we can't charge things like our camera we're recording with right now, or what else can't we charge? The drone batteries, or our DSLR camera batteries. All those have a AC outlet, and since we don't have an inverter in the van, we don't have a way to charge them without one of these guys. So that's been great for that. What else?
So other things we like about them is that they're portable. Obviously it's nice we can carry it out here and charge the laptop while we're working outside. It's small, so it's 6.6 pounds, doesn't take up a lot of space. I mean, it's pretty versatile for what we need. Is there any other pros?
Yeah, so one thing we'll say, for van life, if you do have an inverter and solar, you may not actually need one of these. It comes in handy, like she said, if you want to walk away from the van or something like that. If you're, I don't even know, car camping somewhere other than in your van and you want some juice, it's great to charge things. But I think where this thing really shines is for those weekend warriors that may not have a solar setup in the van. You can charge this at the house, and actually it has three ways of charging. So you can charge it, you plug it in through the cigarette lighter in the van, in your vehicle. You can plug it into a wall outlet at a house, wherever. It comes with that. And then a third option, Jackery actually sells a solar panel that you can charge it with. Charge times for the 240 at least, we see, and don't quote me on it, you can look it up on their website, but I would say to fill it up while driving, we're probably around 6 hours or so. I think with the solar panel it takes like 9 hours with full sun, and then it's quickest if you have a home place to charge it. So like I was saying, weekend warriors, car camping, something like this, charge it up at home, just bring it with you, you don't need to bring anything else, and you can charge all your stuff for the weekend. Obviously do the math, figure out how much juice you're going to be using. If you're charging a phone or something like that, it doesn't use very much. If you use anything larger, blenders and whatnot, it's going to drain it down quicker, so just make sure you get the right size that works for you for what you're going to need it. And what else?
One of the nice things about this is that it does have a full display on it, so it shows you what your charge level is at, what your input wattage is at when you're charging the Jackery, and what your output wattage is at when you're using it to charge something else. So it's really helpful to know, like, for example, when we're charging some camera batteries, the wattage really drops down at the very end when they're just kind of leveling off and they're almost done. So it's pretty handy to have that display. The interesting thing about this is that you turn on the different ports when you're using it. So you can see this light is lit up right now because Greg's charging his phone. If we wanted to turn on a different port, we could just turn on another button, and so it kind of localizes the power and where it's sending it to, which seems to be pretty efficient. I think that's probably all the pros. And then Greg covered one of the cons. We're not huge fans of how long it does take to recharge. Like he said, it's about 6 hours of drive time for us to top it off, which we're not driving a lot. That's kind of a long time, because one Jackery probably charges our laptop maybe 2 full charges. So if we're sitting trying to get a lot of work done, it's not a very good cycle. We're kind of losing the power game at that point.
Yeah. Overall, I would say it's an excellent little product. Does what it's supposed to do, and comes in handy when you need some extra juice if you don't have an inverter in your vehicle. Also would probably be great around the house in case of power outages. I don't know if those even happen anymore, to be honest. Happened a lot more when I was a kid, but I don't think that happens that often anymore.
I don't know. I think people lose power with like tornadoes and stuff.
Okay, so maybe the power goes out.
Put it in your bunker.
Yeah, put it in your bunker. Maybe get the bigger one for that too, though.
Yeah.
The 1000 probably charge a bunch of stuff. You can maybe use your saw with it. I don't know. Check. But if you could start using your saw, you could like rebuild things if you need to.
Yeah. So the price point obviously goes up quite a bit when you get the bigger ones. The 240 though is pretty adequate for laptops, camera batteries, drone batteries, and we actually let a friend borrow it for a couple weeks last summer who has sleep apnea, and she was able to run her CPAP machine overnight for I think a week. We charged it every day when we drove a couple hours to the next spot. So if you're not putting a heavy load on it, then the less expensive ones work really well. But if you're looking to run like a blender or something that pulls a lot more power, then you're going to want to look at the 500 or the 1000 watt models.
Yeah, and I do believe the CPAP, I think that's how you say it, CPAP machine, ran 2 nights on the 240 before we needed to recharge. I think it was using about 40% of the power each night, in case you need one and want to use it for that. Yeah, so then the last thing, you know, I'm using it right now to charge my phone, and that's not just for the video, because we actually fried one of our little charging ports in the van, so we don't have a USB charger currently available. So works as a great backup option. Even so, we're going to be putting an inverter in finally after being in the van for 2 years full time. We got one on order right now, and we're going to keep one of these guys as a backup. We'll probably give away the other one or do something, I don't know. So subscribe and comment, let us know if you're interested in having it. We might have one of these up for grabs pretty soon here. I think that pretty much is it for this video. Alright, so we were trying to do one take on it, but we don't practice ahead. So, forgot something. You need to buy one of these guys. Look down below, we'll put a link to direct you to the website where you can get one.
And at the very least, you can do bicep curls with them.
Oh yeah,
That's
6.6
what
pounds.
Meg wants to do right now.
I'm helping her.
Like working out.
Alright, so we are going to quickly show you what this thing has on it. For our model, there's the input section, so this is where you charge it. It has two 5-volt, 2.4 amp USBs, an AC 200 watt output over here, and then a 12 volt outlet that we've actually never had to use. And then you got a display button right here telling you all the fancy stuff on the screen. I don't know if you can see it, but there it is. Yeah, let us know if you have any questions. So we'll wrap it up. Thank you for watching. Go ahead and click on our little logo over here and subscribe, and click on a video that might be covering my face to watch some more. Thanks again.
Thanks, guys.